What's up, guys? Welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to be doing a breakdown of the Great British Pound US dollar buy trade that I took a couple of days ago. So let's head straight down to this breakdown. So just a little introduction. I'm a swing trader. So when I get into a trade, I hold my trades for like a couple of days to some weeks. So in this trade, I think it took me like a week to get to my first TP and move my stop loss to break even. But in all, I think the trade I exited this trade like in a month later. But let me just go make a breakdown and try to show you guys how I got this nice trade right here. So the first thing that I do, I'm a swing trader. So when I'm doing my analysis, I start from the weekly chart, and when I find a good setup in the weekly chart, I go all the way to the daily chart to place the trades for me to get a better risk to reward. So that's pretty much doing top-down analysis. So in this trade, what I looked before getting into this trade was I went to the CME, which is the futures of British pound US dollar, and the first thing that I looked for was the commitment of traders reports to see where each to see where the commercials and also the retailers where they were positioned. So at the time before entering this trade, the commercials right here, which is the blue line, were in the extreme buy side, and also the retailers was also in the extreme sell side. So that gave me a signal that it's looking to go on the buy side. So the next thing that I did was I was looking at the valuation to see where it's valued on the weekly. And on the weekly, it looked like the valuation is almost at undervalue figures, which is also a good sign that the British pound is going to be going up. So getting this information, I went to my daily chart to find a strong demand zone. And one thing that I do that have been working for me for this past years is that wherever I'm picking my demand zone, I try to pick my demand zone and go back to the higher time frame to see if that demand zone is also covered by the higher time frame, which is the weekly right here. So in this case, this demand zone that I have right here was covered by the weekly. So that gave me a good indication that that zone, the price can react in this zone and go to the buy sides. So let me put on my let me put on the replay button so I can make this a little bit clearer for you guys to see. So this was the day that I got into this trade. This was how the chart was looking. And on the daily valuation tool, it was also near undervalue figures. So when I got into this trade, by the way, I called this trade out on my Telegram, and I have a free Telegram. I'll put the link in this YouTube bio. I'll put a link below. So it's just like a free Telegram channel that I share my trades, and I have a couple of people following those trades that I share. I just do it for educational purposes, and it's nothing. It's not a financial advice. It's just for educational purposes. But some people do take those trades, and they also make money when I make money, and they lose when I lose. But I try to preach good risk management, so don't you shouldn't risk what you can afford to lose. So let's go back. So yeah, when I got into this trade on the 24th, let me put the play button and show how it went. So on the 2nd of July, that was where I had my first TP. And the way I trade is that whenever I'm trading and price gets into my first TP is usually around 1:1. I try to move my stop loss to break even so the trade can become risk free. So in this case, when it gets to 1:1, which is this blue line right here, I moved my stop loss to break even around this spot. So that means the trade was risk free. And I took a little bit of partials because when I take partials, I like to take just a quarter of what of my position. I close a quarter of my position and put the rest on break even. So the next target I was looking at was 2R, which is around this spot. So price went to 2R, and when the price got to 2R, which is 1:2, I had to move my stop loss from break even. I moved my stop loss to 1:1. So that means at this point, if the price should reverse, it's still gonna close me out in profit of 1:1. Yeah. So this is what I always do when I get into a trade. I try to trail it from 1:1, 1:2 until it gets to my final target. And what I target, my final target is usually at the opposite swing of the weekly. So in this point, my final target was somewhere around here, which is which is supposed to be which is supposed to be let me see, which is supposed to be like almost 2:4. So I was almost at the final target, but unfortunately the price didn't get to the final target and it started reversing. It's okay, the market is like that. Sometimes you win some and sometimes you don't get all. You just take whatever the market gives you. So the price got to 1:2 and it's reversed back to break even. So that was how I was able to get out. And I think I made like almost $750 in this trade, which is still not bad because initially I was targeting like 1,500. But yeah, that was a good trade. So I still have a lot of trades that are still running. But what I'm going to do is I'm gonna post more videos and update you guys, and share my little experience on how I take trades. So anybody that's still struggling, who still want to like find a good way to read and analyze the markets, they can learn one or two from it. But overall, this was a good trade, and that's one thing I like about swing trades is because with swing trades, it gives me peace of mind when I get into it. And because the market is not really noisy, I'm able to like get good setup. All that is required is just for you to be patient when you're doing swing trade. Yeah, and trust me, guys, I've done swing trades before. The first time I started trading, I started with swing trading, but it started to be boring to me, and I thought day trading would have been the best option. So I went to day trading, lost a lot of money doing day trading, and now I switched back to swing trading like a couple of years ago. And ever since I came back to swing trading, I found huge success. But the main thing that if you guys want to do any swing trade, the main thing that you just have to know about is just to be able to have patience and let your trades play out. Because trust me, sometimes you have itchy fingers trying to exit, try to add more position, go to the lower time frame, thinking about, oh, there's a lot of action in the lower time frame. But yeah, so yeah, it's just my style of trading, and that's the way I found success and started making full-time income from trading. So yeah, this was a good trade overall. Although it didn't get to my full target zone, but I was able to still take whatever the market gave me. And I still have a lot of running trades that is going on. Whenever the trade close, be it profit or loss, I'm going to share it on this channel. So you guys to subscribe if you want to learn more from my trades. And I'll be breaking down these trades as they play out. And I have a free Telegram channel that I also share these trades when I get in. And if you guys are interested in checking it out, you can check it out. The link is down below. So guys, that's it for this day. is a good trade. I'll see you guys in the next breakdown. Have a good day and be safe, guys. See you next time.